comic friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. Hopefully the sound is working. I recorded one of these last week, and my microphone wasn't turned on. So, yeah, no sound. And I didn't have time to go back and dub in stupid stuff. At any rate, New Comic Book Day, comic books for the week of June 5th, 2019. Let's see, business at hand. I'm doing a comic book roundtable this Saturday. Don't know who's going to be there. May just be me. I don't know. I've about got my books read from last week. So there is that. Hopefully to get back on track. I keep saying that a lot, so I need to quit saying that. Anyway, so this week I got 16 books. I also got something extra special. Should I show up first? No, like any good porn, I'll leave that to the money shot at the very end of the video, right? So anyway, 16 books this week. What did we get? What did I get? Hashtag Danger, issue number 2. Tentacles at 30,000 feet. Okay, you gotta love an octopus. Parachuting, right? So I don't know what I thought of the first issue of this. I guess the whole hashtag Danger was a 1 or 2 page comic that was in the back of a different Ahoy Comics. I want to say it was in the back of the cat one, which I can't remember the name of right now. But anyway, so this is yet another. It's got these characters in the front. The hashtag Danger people is the main story, and then it's got some other odds and ends later on in it, some extras. Quick glance, I know who Lee Luridge is, awesome colorist. So we'll see what else there. But the main story was okay-ish. So I don't know. We'll check it out for a few issues and then decide whether or not I want to do it. But it's basically this group of 3 people who run social media and are out for danger. But it's pretty kooky. Kooky. Man-Eaters issue number 9. This is going to be either 11 or 12 issues long, and that is the end of the series. I believe I will finish it out because of that. There's aspects of it I like. I really like that cover. I love some things about the book. I don't follow the writer, Chelsea Kane, on social media, but somehow she keeps cropping up on my social media. And I'm never very excited about what she's saying there. I do find this book fun, though. But it makes me wonder, should I be spending my money there? Birthright! Sweet! Issue number 36. Ooh, is that a magic gun? It's got words on it. Anyway, we'll see what Mikey's up to these days. Getting his kid back, rescuing his wife. Can't remember if the wife was kidnapped, but I think his kid got snatched. Gonna blow up lore and all of his eagles and uglies. Really continue to really get a kick out of this book. The Brunson artwork is amazing as always. And I continue to say best beard in comics. Is Mikey there? Yes'm. And Beast of Burden. The Presence of Others. This is issue number 2. I think this is issue 2 of 2. I believe. This little story. Our dogs are hooked up with some human ghost hunters briefly. The adult human is been possessed. We're going to see what kind of craziness ensues. Shazam, issue number 6. So they're all out there in the different wonderlands, and they're trying to get themselves back together. It looks like there's a hint that Freddy's father returns. We'll see what that part of that story is about. But I've actually been really enjoying Shazam. It is a much brighter, more positive, and good-natured book from Johns, as opposed to the New 52 Shazam, where Freddy was pretty well damn intolerable. So. Paper Girls, issue number 29. What? 2, 3 issues left at most. It's been really good, and I'm really, really excited to see how it all ends. And then we have the Female Furies, issue number 5. One more issue after this. Man, that is an awesome cover. Barda's betrayal. So this is the setup of Barda leaving the Furies because she's kind of starting to figure out just how bad things are and how little they're respected and that sort of thing. So checking that out. Shadow Roads, issue number what? Is that 8? Issue number 8. Continue to really enjoy this offshoot of the Sixth Gun. I'm going to open it up and take a look here very briefly. Curious. I don't think... Yeah, it's back to AC Zomudo doing the art, which is decent. He's kind of trying to mirror Brian Hurt's art as much as he can. There's been a couple issues that Brian Hurt has actually done the art in. So, but I'm still really enjoying this. I don't know, how long is it going to last now with the merger between Oni Press and Lion Forge. What's going to become of it? It sounds to me like they're more interested in movie properties and TV shows and that sort of thing. And we already know that the Sixth Gun didn't quite make it as a TV show in the attempt, so I don't know some of these books what the history is going to be for that. So Stronghold issue number 4. Looking forward to reading this. It's been really interesting. Wonderful, of course, Ryan Kelly artwork. What our next is for our god type character, trying to find his way in the world. Where is his place? What should he be doing? Is he going to follow through and be the end of the world, or is he the next JC? We'll find out, or some facsimile somewhere in between, which is what my guess is. Next up we have Thumbs issue number 1. Love that fingerprint in the background. I really like this cover in general. That silhouette there. This is part 1. This is a $5 book. It is super hefty. I cannot remember what this is about. Ooh, nice. Can you hear that? Nice, shiny, thick cardstock cover. This is part 1 of 5. Written by Sean Lewis and art by Hayden Sherman. On the back here, it says, imagine a tech billionaire started to give out free games and computer devices to underprivileged kids. Imagine he created an app that let cash-strapped parents have their own AI babysitter to provide daycare for their kids. Imagine this technology was secretly training these kids to be a private army. And definitely imagine things are going to get worse from here. Thumbs is a second remove from the world we are living in right now and couldn't have come a second too soon. That is the sales pitch on the back of it. So Sean Lewis is co-creator of works like The Few, Coyotes, and Saints. And Hayden Sherman is the artist for The Few, John Carter's The End, Cold War, and Wasted Space, which I love. Wasted Space. I love the art and the style of Wasted Space. I think that's the reason I ended up picking this up, because I saw the correlation between the two. I just love his style. This is toned down. Ooh, I love that hall scene. They're rushing this person down the hall. This is toned down from Wasted Space. Wasted Space is pretty trippy, but yeah, it looks like he colors this, and that's why it's kind of a monotone. So I'm really excited to check this out and see what it really has to do with. Ooh, I really like the art. I love this kind of different stuff. It just clearly is its own thing, and I enjoy that. That makes me enjoy comics quite a bit. Issue 23 of Wildstorm, the penultimate issue of Wildstorm. What is next? How's this all going to end? The teams are building up to save the world or destroy the world. We'll find out. Batman issue number 72. Dark Knight loses. Gotham Falls. That's pretty standard affair, right? So it's going to be Janet on art and Jody Belair doing colors. It's a David Finch cover. Yawn. Yeah. See where it goes. I've been enjoying Batman. Book I haven't really been enjoying very much. Black Hammer 45. The last time I ordered comics, I did not order this. I think this is an ongoing. I've never seen anything where it actually tells me it's going to end. But I just haven't really been digging it, so I decided there's no point in me just keep buying. I got tons of other stuff to read. So the next issue of Criminal, new story arc. This is issue number 5. Gonna go back in time here. Check out one of the original criminals from the Criminals, I think. It's been enjoyable. Really enjoyable. The whole comic book art theft storyline was pretty awesome in the last little bit, for sure. And we've got Sandman the Dreaming, issue number 10. I don't know what's happening with this stuff. Vertigo is the shuttering Vertigo, at least temporarily, which I think is a shame. I think that the other imprints that DC has put out kind of screwed Vertigo instead of just putting that stuff under Vertigo. This is an amazing book. Cy Spurrier is writing a book that so easily folds into the Sandman universe. It makes perfect sense. Blisk Everly's artwork with Matt Lopes on colors is next level superior art. It doesn't get better. It truly does not get better than Blisk Everly's artwork. It is amazing. The book would be amazing for that alone. But Cy Spurrier, just like I said, he's really writing a really, really, really good book. So always excited to see this. Always happy to check out what's going on with Dorothy there. A person who can move between existences and dreams at will. We have an artificial AI that has taken over as the realm of the leader of the realm of the dreaming right now. We'll see how that ends up all playing out. It's really strange and whatnot. And finally for this week, it is Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, issue number 41. There's only one more issue of Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, and then it is done. It will be done telling this small little 41 issues, but the small little space of time between two huge events that happened in the main Stray Bullets book. Clearly all kinds of violence. You can tell by down there. There's Spanish Scott back there lighting a cigarette. Excuse me. And everything in the foreground. Oh, geez. Choke on my own spit. Wasn't even a peanut. In the foreground here is completely wrecked, shot up and destroyed. We'll see what happens. One more issue, and I know that David Lanpham has said, there will be more Stray Bullets, probably Stray Bullets, Virginia something. So it's going to tell another piece of story. I'm really excited about that. I really dig Virginia and the stuff that goes on, excuse me, with her and whatnot. So excited about that. And this comic here leads into my money shot of a video. I've been working stupid hard. But hey, when I'm working stupid hard, that means I make stupid money. And when I make stupid money, I can just throw it away on stuff, right? Which I didn't throw it away. But I got some stuff. Where do I want to start? Let's start here. I bought some art because that's what I do, right? It's my therapy. So this stuff was all basically, as far as art goes, dirt cheap. I bought some David Lanpham pages. I've been wanting some. Maybe these weren't the pages that I had my choice of everything. Clearly not. His stuff was on stupid sale, so it was like really ridiculously cheap. I would have bought the stuff at full price though. It just happened to be that it worked out that way. So I bought some stuff. Now, this is from issue 1 of Lodger. This is page 10. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of the Lodger book. It was okay, but it is Eisner nominated. So part of me is like looking to the future. Not that I would sell the art that I own, because I own the art for a reason. And I do like this page. I liked the first issue. But I do know that some other people who own art that really aren't part of the art dealership, which is where I get some of my art from, you can do trades, right? So if I can leverage Eisner Award-winning pages or nominated pages, because it hasn't been awarded yet, to get something else that maybe I want more, something to be said for that too. Anyway, so here's the page. I love David Lantham's cartoon style. He's a cartoonist. I love his style quite a bit. I think it's peak work right now. The work he does. I love the fact that, of course, you get his pages. He actually writes right on the pages, so it's not built like your modern comic. It's built like a traditional comic, older comic. So you actually get the whole storytelling of the page there. I need to go look this page up. I'm in a hurry, guys, so I didn't drag out the comics that match up to this so we could actually look at it. I don't think over here, this fuck and knock, 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 I don't think are in the gutter. They might be, but this page, this panel right down here, you can't tell. It's actually a piece of paper that's been cut out and laid over the top. So there's a panel underneath this panel. And the cool thing is, David sent me a photocopy of the page, and it's original. So this is the original panel that was under there, which has the knock, 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 and her saying fuck, and it says, Miss, Southbird, it's the police. And he actually wrote a note down there. It says, in case you were curious, this is the panel underneath the patch on panel number 7. So there's what originally was. And the story we get is this wrecked person with not the exact same language in there. Yeah, cool. This stuff is interesting. The size, page size, I don't know. It's like 14 by 11. I mean, there's, 11 comic book. It's not that big. Not in comparison to a lot of the other original artwork I have. So that's curious, kind of a thing. But I thought this was cool. It was cool for him to send this, because I would have been super curious. I would have been writing him and going, so what's under that panel? And I looked through the light. I can actually see it from behind. I can see what that was. But that's awesome that he sent me this just for that, because I would have been curious. I will hang on to both pieces. But yeah, cool. But also, I got this, which is a page I really like. I loved this page when I originally read it. I laughed my ass off about it. So this is Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses. And this is issue number 12, page 6. This is in the story. Orson has just woken up, realizing that he has slept past his alarm. His alarm clock did not work. And he is supposed to be at a bar getting ready to break in and rob the place of all of its money and all of its cocaine. It's the big crime thing that him and Beth are going to do before they leave Baltimore on the run to start their lives over and whatnot. And in this page, Rose shows up. Rose is an older woman. She has a child who has got some issues, but she is in love with Orson. She thinks Orson is the sweetest guy. Orson has had sexual relations with her in the past, kind of mistakenly. She's a bit of a prostitute. She's a bit of a lot of things. She is Spanish Scott's sister. But anyway, she shows up. She's hoping to get with Orson. She's kind of been told that Orson loves her, and so she's showing up to hopefully have some fun. And so in this issue, of course, he's waking up. He's completely wrecked. He's been on basically a vodka and cocaine binge for quite a while here, trying to operate. And of course, she wakes him up with a knocking, and she's at the door, and he's like, is it day or night? And she's like, do you have a hangover? He's like, just answer the question. And she's like, it's supper time. And of course, she throws back her coat, and she's wearing this slinky nightie with a bow on it. And she informs him that it is, or as I like to say, it's time for rose beef au jus. And he's like, fuck, because he's so upset because he needs to get to this robbery, because they've only got a very short period of time to steal cocaine from the Colombians and Spanish Scott and his crew's money. And she's saying, and that's French for hot chick in her own juice. I don't know. I think it's a funny joke. So I like it quite a bit. So I'm excited for this page. You know, based on that. And he's like, yeah, that's great. You know, I've got 5 minutes to make it to the Cock's Crow. That's the strip joint that this whole thing's going down in. You know, he has to be there in 5 minutes, and it's 20 minutes away. And he's lifting up the bottle of vodka, and there's a bag of cocaine. So very much excited for this page. Like I said, this is like peak. This is when his art is perfect. His characters are down. Doesn't have any sloppy lines. It's just all really, really, really good stuff. So yes, very excited about that. Very happy for that. And finally, because, you know, you can buy 2 pages, why not buy 3, right? So here is, this is from Stray Bullets 41, not Sunshine and Roses, but the original Stray Bullets, the original run of Stray Bullets, the Eisner winning Stray Bullets. Keep dropping that in there, right? So this is from 41, page 19. It's right towards the end of the book. I really like this page. It is classic Lapham, and you occasionally, most of his stuff is almost always the 8-panel grid. I mean, that's a standard. Oops, this is standard grid for him for almost all of his stuff. But he occasionally breaks it up with this sort of thing. So this is a 5-panel grid. The top mood setting, scene setting picture here takes up those top 4 panels, and then we've got you know, some more of the thing here. So off in the distance of a stadium, high school football stadium, wonderful chain link fence there. This very great piece of perspective, the dark shadowing, the noir of it, and then as everyone gets closer here, they're having a meet off. She's expecting basically her boyfriend to be shown up. These dudes are looking for drugs. Neither has what the other one is looking for. And a few pages later, all kinds of chaos and fighting and, you know, finger cutting off potentially ensues here. But I really, really am stoked by this page. I love the way it looks. It's very strong. It's very moody. And he sent along with this one, he sent me this, which clearly is boy, we can't see that very well because of the lighting, right? It is like a trace paper, but it is like him building the panels, what he was going to do. You know, there's the distance scene, her getting closer, shot of her face, this scene of the two of them faced off, and then the shot of his face. And of course, this stuff has been, you can see some circles here. It says flipped and that sort of thing, which it 100% was. You know, so here's the actual work. So he changed the order that people were in, you know, which order the panels were in, which size the panels were, sort of a thing. The page is better than the draft, but it actually has written on there flip and that sort of stuff, and he signed it too. So yeah, I'm very pleased with my pieces. Excited to have them. These 3 pieces, you know, not to get into money, but it was 75% off. Those 3 pieces cost me about the same as most other pieces that I own, and certainly less than a lot of pieces I own as far as, you know, what I paid for them. Not that the money matters. It's, for me, it's mostly about the art. But like I said, that larger page potentially, I enjoy it. I like it. I'm not like married to it. So it would potentially be a leverage page for me, because there's stuff I want, but it's getting to that point now for me to attempt to buy anything that isn't a modern artist is crazy expensive. There's like 3 tiers of art collectors. There's those that buy modern art of artists that just need some extra money, so they're selling stuff. It's kind of where I am, the higher end of that, maybe in some cases. And then there's expensive art. And then there's like crazy art, you know, things like Capullo Batman or Jim Lee X-Men and, covers and that sort of stuff to get really crazy. Which I'm not interested in that, to be honest with you. The modern artists that are crazy expensive, I generally do not have any interest in at all. But there's lots of art that I would like to get. I want to get a Jim Aparo page of Batman, preferably Batman Outsiders or Brave and the Bold. I have come across some Jim Aparo art pages that were within my realm to purchase, and I have not purchased them because they don't have what I want in it, and they're expensive. So if I'm going to get the expensive stuff, I want it to be a specific of it, not just a something, kind of a thing. And there's tons of art that I just know are so far outside of my scope of buying. They're more expensive than a brand new car and that sort of stuff. And I don't live in that world. I haven't won the lottery yet. At any rate, that is it. This is going on long. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry I've been gone. Either technical difficulties or life difficulties. I did get my kid graduated. She is no longer a high schooler. Yay! So, give it, 4 months, and then she's going on to college. Be a bioengineer or something along those lines. Good for her. So I'm past all that. Gonna go on vacation in a week or so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll read some comics. I'm also supposed to paint a house, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Anyway, I'm babbling now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great one.